Hi guys, in this video we're going to work on what's called leash pressure. So this is how I like to teach dogs my leash communication. A lot of times when we first get dogs in for training, or when you first start training your dog, you put the leash and collar on them, you step out the door with the dog to go for a walk, and the dog's like, peace out, and boom, there they go, right? They're pulling you all over. And sometimes for some of you, the harder you try to pull them, the more they resist and dig in and engage all those muscles, and they try to resist you and pull away harder, right? Sound familiar? Yes. So what I like to teach them is that when they feel that leash go tight, don't try harder to get away, but instead relax and actually go with it wherever it takes you, nice and easily, okay? So that is called leash pressure work, or giving to leash pressure. Every trainer has their own, what they call it, how they do it. There's more than one right way to teach a dog, to teach a skill, right? So this is my way. It's worked really, really well. So I'm gonna show you how I do it. So I'm gonna first start with a slip leash, and then I'll also move to the prong collar so that you can see, those of you interested in the prong collar. If you've started with leash pressure work, those of you who are my clients already, we do include, sorry, tongue twisted, I include leash pressure work in all of my group classes, in my private sessions. So if we have started leash pressure work, but you feel like you are needing to move up to a different collar or change collars, I want you to start at leash pressure work again with the new collar. So it's gonna be the same way that we did it in class. The same way that I'm about to show you here. Doss, come here. So we're gonna put the collar or the leash on the dog. This is a slip leash. I like to do this where I'm standing in front of the dog, facing the dog. I don't tell them to sit because I want the dog moving. If they sit on their own like he just did, that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. I'm gonna hold the leash, again, my leash handling video, drape it over my thumb, wrap my forefingers around both ends of the leash. If I feel like I want to shorten it, I'm going to pull the handle into the leash. For leash pressure work, the way that I do like it short. I face the dog, my hand is close to him, and then there's two different styles of leash pressure. There's steady pressure, which is this. Yes, okay? So I'm just gently pulling. I am not the one moving the dog. I am just simply applying enough pressure that the dog says, okay, I'm gonna come this way, okay? I'm not yanking him around. He's moving on his own with that communication from the leash. So again, you can see the steady pressure. Yes, good boy. And then I'm marking his movement with my verbal marker word yes, and I'm rewarding. Come here. So steady pressure works beautifully for some dogs, and then leash pops work great for other dogs. So these are leash pops. You're gonna gently pop the leash until the dog responds to it, okay? Yes, okay, just like that. So yes, in this video with this dog, it looks easy because it is, because he knows this skill. If your dog is a very enthusiastic leash puller and you have not started training yet, this can be a little tricky at first. You want to just stick with those pops. Some dogs, you're going to do your leash pop maybe 2 or 3 times and they're going to move with it. Other dogs, you're going to have to just keep popping that leash 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times until they're like, okay, I'm coming, right? And then you want to immediately give them feedback. Using a verbal marker or a clicker is a great way to do that. The second they move, either click your clicker and reward the dog, or use your verbal marker yes, and then reward your dog. So again, steady pressure, yes, good boy. Good, leash pops, yes, good. So if I were to feel like I needed to upgrade this dog from his slip leash to a prong collar, then I'm gonna start over with my leash pressure. The reason I do that, again, other trainers may not agree, and that's okay, they don't have to agree. But the reason I do that is because I wanna teach the dog that even though this new collar feels differently on the neck, we're still doing the same thing, okay? Because some dogs, when we change the tool, if they're really sensitive, they panic. They panic the moment they feel that leash pressure with the new tool, right? So we don't want to put a new tool on a dog and then take him for a walk in a really crazy busy place. We want to say, give him a chance to get comfortable with the new collar. So new collar, go back to doing your leash pressure so he can see what that feels like, and then we can progress and go on the walk. So I'll do the same thing with him with a prong collar. 1 second. All right, so now we've got our prong collar on the dog, okay? So same thing, leash over thumb, 4 fingers closed around both ends of the leashes. For this exercise, this leash pressure work, I don't worry about this excess. I don't care, I just keep it on the floor, okay? So we're gonna start with that steady pressure. Yes, good boy. So it's the same idea. The prong collar is gonna feel differently on the dog's neck than a slip leash. A martingale is going to feel differently on the dog's neck than a prong collar, right? So we wanna make sure, in my opinion, that we do the leash pressure with our new tools. I have found that it just works and everything goes more smoothly for the dog. So here's that steady pressure again. Yes, good. Come here. And then the leash pops. So popping, see that? Good boy. Popping until he moves. Yes, good. Yes, good boy. Okay? If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.